Hare Krishna. So my name is Dharmatma Das. I am serving in ISKCON Vrindavan since 2006. The temple management of ISKCON Vrindavan requested me to interview some of Srila Prabhupada's disciples who were closely associated with Srila Prabhupada when Srila Prabhupada was performing his final pastimes on this planet. And today we have His Holiness Keshava Bharati Maharaj. So we are sitting here in Govardhan, and the GBC Executive Committee wants your views concerning the poison issue to help the devotees understanding the real facts. So please keep it simple and clear. I have few questions for you. And the first question is, were you in Vrindavan in October and November 1977 when Srila Prabhupada was here?
I came to Vrindavan. It's hard to remember exactly the date, but it was between around 3 weeks before Prabhupada left. So I was in Vrindavan for 3 weeks before Prabhupada left.
Okay, thank you. The next question is, what made you come to Vrindavan at that time?
I had a dream that Prabhupada was going to leave. It was very unusual. I dreamt that there was a track, track and field track, and there were many, many people walking around the track. And of all the people, I looked and I saw Yogeshwar. Now, I had never met Yogeshwar before. I'd never met him. I'd never seen him physically. I knew who he was from pictures and stuff. But we saw each other. Then we ran over to each other and we embraced and we were both crying. And we both simultaneously realized that Prabhupada was going to leave, or Prabhupada had left. So anyway, I won't go into all the details, but I had to extricate myself. I was leader of a bus leader in the Radha Damodar party in those days, and we had decided to stay in one place, and I was staying in Kansas City, mid-America. And anyway, so many arrangements had to be made for me to go there. And finally I made the arrangements, and I traveled for 30 hours and came into Vrindavan, took my bath and went immediately to Prabhupada's room. And it was dark because it was in the morning time, and early morning. And my eyes took a few moments to adjust to the light. And I saw Prabhupada for the first time, and I was devastated completely because I had prayed the whole time I was traveling for some personal service, because I never, got a chance to render personal body service to Prabhupada. But I had no idea at that time Prabhupada's condition. And when I saw him, I realized, oh, this is not possible. But I was devastated seeing Prabhupada like that. There was 2 people in the room, Giriraj Maharaj, who was massaging Prabhupada's lotus feet, and Bhakti Chur Maharaj was at the head of the bed, kind of in his desk area. It appeared to me he was doing something with medicine or something like that. So Tamal Krishna Maharaj was in the secretary's room, which was right next door, which was now the entrance to the, to his Prabhupada's quarters. And within 2 minutes, Tamal Krishna Maharaj called Bhakti Chur Maharaj into his office for something, I don't know what. And at that time, Tamal Krishna Maharaj didn't know that I had come. And sure enough, within just a few more minutes, he called Giriraj Maharaj out. And Giriraj Maharaj went like this. And I looked back at me to see if someone else had entered the room. And he was pointing to me. He said, well, you have to come over here. And you have to massage Prabhupada's lotus feet. So he showed me what to do, and I was just in complete ecstasy. And I seemed like forever, but maybe for a few minutes I was able to massage Prabhupada's lotus feet. And that's the only personal service I did. The rest of the time I was there, I spent most of the time I was in Vrindavan, in Prabhupada's room, except for meals and bathroom and sleeping. And I would stay in the evening, in the morning, early morning hours, and when there weren't that many devotees around. And I was one of the devotees that would sit in the corner with a very small set of kartals and chant softly to him. He wanted us to continue Harinam, Sankirtan. So I was kind of assisting Tamal Krishna Maharaj with his, kind of serving him, doing his laundry and doing things. But I wasn't in the back rooms when all the conversations were going on, except what happened in the room. I was there when Krishnadas Kaviraj, Krishnadas Babaji came, and when he told Prabhupada, and Prabhupada told him how much the devotees loved him, when he decided not to go to Govardhan. I was in the room when he decided to go to Govardhan. And it was very, very intense, emotional atmosphere. Practically everyone could not imagine him going, and some few devotees, logically, for their love for Prabhupada, they wanted to do whatever he said that we should do. But the ones who were really intimately taking care of him, they didn't want him to go because he would have left immediately if he'd gone in a bullock cart in that condition he was in. So, I was there during that time.
Okay. Very nice. So the next question is, were you aware that Srila Prabhupada came to Vrindavan at that time to conclude his pastimes on this planet?
Well, I don't know if you could say it like that, but when I had that dream, I knew that he was going to leave. So I don't know if I could say that I knew that he had gone to Vrindavan simply to leave, or with the intention to leave. I can't say that, but I can say that I knew that he was going to leave from that dream.
Okay. And the last question is, there is some speculation that Srila Prabhupada was poisoned by his disciples. So what is your feeling about that?
When I heard it with a very strong sense of disbelief, how anyone could think that. And the first thing I thought was, well, this person or persons, they couldn't have been there. They could not have been there. Either they have some ulterior motive. There are lots of people in this world who have ulterior motives.
Yes.
Nowadays it's Kali Yuga and it's going very fast towards misconceptions and quarreling and dissension and nature of Kali Yuga. But my experience while I was there was that there was such a loving atmosphere. The exchanges between Prabhupada and especially the devotees who were taking care of him were so intimate. For some time I was transcribing, writing down tapes, what were on the tapes. Tamal Krishna Maharaj asked me to do that. So I know Tamal Krishna Maharaj very well. I also knew Bhakti Maharaj, but I didn't know him that well because he had just joined in '77. But I had many, many years of confidential types of services and responsible types of services with Tamal Krishna Maharaj. And just the fact that of all the people, when Prabhupada got sick in the beginning of 1977, that he would call Tamal Krishna Maharaj specifically to take care of him when he got very sick. That was an indication, clear indication of his trust, which bore out the trust that he had in him all through his pastimes while he was preaching in America, all the numbers of times that he trusted Tamal Krishna Maharaj with different levels of responsibility and sent him from one place to another, from San Francisco, where he joined, to Los Angeles to take charge, and Europe, England, India, you know. Anyway, it was very obvious that Prabhupada trusted him. Bombay, when we came back from, after Prabhupada left, the Bombay temple hadn't opened, but it was ready, but they didn't get it open. They didn't get it ready before Prabhupada left, and I was a part of a group of devotees, working with Tamal Krishna Maharaj, and we were going to set up a book distribution party similar to the Radha Damodar party in India. That was what we were going to do after Prabhupada left. And then the GBC decided that he should go to Bombay. So we went with him to Bombay. So in 1978, the first year that the Juhu temple was in existence, we helped him. So I have a lot of experience with Tamal Krishna Maharaj, and knowing just how responsible he was and how trusted he was by Srila Prabhupada. And I can tell you that because he was so responsible, he was the natural leader. And so when Prabhupada left, I was in the room looking at Prabhupada's face when he left, and it was so devastating. All the devotees were just, I don't know if I can't explain it. Other devotees have written down who were there more eloquently than I can explain it. But one thing for sure was nobody was capable of even thinking what to do. But Tamal Krishna Maharaj kept himself together because he knew that someone had to lead the devotees through that time. But when we took Prabhupada, the next morning, when we took Prabhupada around Vrindavan in his palanquin, Tamal Krishna Maharaj was right next to it, and I was very close to him the whole way. And tears were coming out of his eyes so powerfully that he had to take off his glasses. The tears would knock the glasses off his face. It's not possible. According to Shastra, these were spiritual tears, no doubt. So to think that he or Bhakti Chu Maharaj or Bhavananda Maharaj or anybody who was there serving him in loving ways would poison Prabhupada at a time, it's inconceivable. While I was there was talk about poison, because I don't mean to say it was in a joking way, but the medicine, they had a very hard time finding this Marketvaj Ayurvedic medicine, and it had arsenic in it, and it had other things in it, gold, and it's a very powerful medicine, very strong. And when he first started taking it, it was under the direction of a Kaviraj. I don't remember the details, but I just remember I don't remember all the details, but then there was some problem with his motions when he first took, and then he was saying it's too strong, and there was back and forth. And like I said, I wasn't in any of the conversations, so I can't say any details about what happened during that time. But as far as whether the disciples who were serving him purposely poisoned him to murder him, that's not possible. In my mind, it's not possible. I don't know what more I can say than that. It was so obvious. Anybody who was there, I don't know who you're interviewing, but anybody who was there, they could not have seen anything else but how much love and affection was going on between the Prabhupada and his disciples who were there.
Okay, thank you very much.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Maharaj.
Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.